friends, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to share with you a project I created using a sticker sheet from the new Crafter Square section from the Dollar Tree. I checked that out last weekend and I found some pretty good stuff in there to create some cards with, so stick with me and we'll make this together. Here's my card base. It is 5 by 6.5 inches and it's finished on the inside with coordinating pattern paper. I've picked a charcoal cardstock and I think that worked a little bit better than gray or black. It's sort of somewhere in between and it helps to anchor these brighter colors. I'm going to use that throughout and I'm just going to layer some beautiful summery yellow pattern on the background. It's not very contrasting, so this is going to read as a neutral. I've used my fishtail or dovetail die with a stitched edge to cut this beautiful gingham pattern black and white check, and I'm going to add this here. Most of it will be hidden underneath the doily, but it does look like a beautiful graphic element poking out there. So I want to top it with this doily, and it has a intricate edge, but it's mostly solid in the middle, and that will be fine because I'm going to cover it with some more pattern paper. But this edge has a pretty like lace detail, and so that will go right here. And you see how I did cover a fair bit of that pattern, but it definitely still shows and has a nice impact. So this is the next layer, and like I said, I'm still using this stock throughout for all the matting, and that helps to separate those busy paper patterns. So this one has just got a beautiful scripty font, and I would normally want to pop this up on a spacer. That way I could build some additional dimension, but because my sticker is quite large, I think that it would be best if I had a flatter surface so that I could support it more with this background being flat. So here's my stickers, and these came from Dollar Tree, and recently I've been seeing many videos, people doing hauls of the new crafting section. So we went in, I checked it out. Now, of course, ours didn't have as many cool things as I've seen online, but definitely an improvement over what it was. And so there was a couple of really good finds. I did have to dig for them. All of it wasn't good. Some of it was still maybe geared for kid crafts or like back to school kind of things. Some of them were really lovely though. And this sticker set really said summer to me. It's just a galvanized watering cans and sunflowers in them and some butterflies. So I thought that this color combination would work great with my yellow paper and that plaid. And what I wanted to do was pop this part up. So I peeled that sticker off of the backing, and I did not remove the portion that would have come out of between the handle and the watering can. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit of a line. So normally when you would peel that sticker off, that portion would come out. So it would have that extra cutout detail, but I didn't want to remove that and have to cut around it. So I was very careful when I peeled this up from the backing sheet to leave that in there. Then I adhered the whole thing down to just some lined paper that was thin enough that I could fussy cut around it easily. And then I used my foam spacers here, double-sided foam, and that's what we'll use to get the dimension. Okay, so I've peeled off the backing paper of all of that double-sided adhesive tape, and I'm going to stick that down. I think it is interesting to see how this new craft section turns out in the Dollar Tree. I'm wondering if they will change it seasonally or continue to add additional items. Like ours was just sort of starting to change over, so they had a fair bit of new stuff, but there was room to fill in quite a bit. So I'll be going back in to check and see what they do for the holidays or for, you know, filling in that whole section. So now what we have is a large image here, and so we're a little bit off balance. I picked an additional sticker here from the corner, and I just put that on some double-sided adhesive tape. This one doesn't need to be dimensional. It just is going to help balance that corner. They did have some very cute little wooden crates, which I picked up to put in our camper, and that worked out really well for me to organize our medicine cabinet. But I could definitely see using those painted and having some like memory decks kind of cards in, or different ways to display some tags. That would be definitely worth checking out again. And they were just plain wood. They didn't have any finish on them, so you could easily add your own painted finish or stain, or leave them natural. They were nice just the way they were. Okay, so here on this sticker, it had the flat portion and then a couple of pieces that popped up. I liked how the dark portion of this sunflower and butterfly really anchored those lighter flowers, and so I wanted to do that again up here, just because all three of these centers were the yellow color from the flower. So I'm just going to tack that piece on. I just peeled that off the other sticker and then I put my own adhesive on, so now it's sort of balances out that darker portion. So a few final details are going to be just some trims, because we already have enough flowers here. You don't need to add tons of dimensional flowers to finish this off. And I'm just putting on a sunflower charm. I tied that with string, and I'll just attach that with a little bit of hot glue, and I can trim off the excess string here and then hide that cut edge underneath a bow. This bow is a very sweet gold colored taffeta. This comes from Really Reasonable Ribbon. I'll drop a link in the description if you want to check out Reasonable Ribbon. I topped it with a second bow. This is tied from just an ivory burlap string, a loopy twine bow. And then I topped it with a button that matched my background perfectly, and that will just help to disguise that cut edge on my string. And that is all for our summer themed card today. So I would suggest that if you haven't checked out the new Crafter's Square section at the Dollar Tree, you might want to go have a look through it. Now, all of those items at the Crafter's Square section are not going to be, you know, super great, but if you have a little patience and you don't mind digging through some layers, you can definitely find some beautiful items like this sunflower sticker. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave me a comment and give me a thumbs up. If you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you'll be alerted every time we add new content. As always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.